graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome on into another Sixers edition of Play-by-Play with your boy JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ, where we go on for Sixers basketball, Phillies baseball, and Eagles football. A lot to talk about with this Sixers matchup tonight. Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. And also that air horn as well. Yes, okay, so I want to, of course, say hello to everybody in the chat. I did see that Lou was on here. Of course, I wanted to make sure that I said hi to him. Lou, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you on here, as always. Yes, all right, we are getting ready for baseball, but we got NBA basketball on tonight, that's for sure. So, yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Philadelphia 76ers. So, tough loss for them in their last game against the Boston Celtics. They just got out-rebounded. Joe Mazzulla out-coached Nick Nurse. And tonight is a night where Kelly Oubre Jr. is not playing, so you're down another wing. I know that Kelly did not do well in his last game against the Boston Celtics, and he had 5 points in 33 minutes. But he just... The problem is that now you are so thin where you might have to go to Kyle Lowry tonight. You might just have to go to Kyle Lowry tonight. And the rebounding is going to be really, really tough. I'm very nervous about this 76ers team tonight because the San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, is just, you would think, going to have a heyday against this 76ers squad, who just is not long at all whatsoever. And if you double-team Wemby, you're going to leave shooters wide open. So I don't necessarily know what the philosophy needs to be from Nick Nurse tonight in regards to how to guard Victor Wembanyama, because they just have a lot of really good weapons with Keldon Johnson. They got Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, right? Julian Champagnie, and of course, how could you forget about De'Aaron Fox? So they have a lot of options. They're also very well coached. And I guess that what the Sixers should do tonight, or as far as expectations go, I guess that the main thing is just to keep it a close game. I don't expect them to win this. I don't think anybody should expect the Philadelphia 76ers to win this game. And I'm not being, I'm trying not to be mean. I'm trying not to what's the right word? I'm trying to just be honest. The Sixers just do not have enough. They don't have enough depth tonight. No Oubre, no Embiid, no George. They don't have enough. And if they can keep it close, I think that is. I think that that's sort of what I expect. If they can beat the San Antonio Spurs, I really do not expect that at all. But I want them to go out there and give it their all. Obviously, you need this team to go out there and show fight. You need to see a little bit of some pizzazz and some good shooting from Quentin Grimes. You also would really benefit if you could get some other guys scoring off the bench besides Grimes, and if other players can step up. How's VJ Edgecombe going to do today? what's Tyrese Maxey going to be able to do? So those are things that I have to question in regards to tonight's game. We saw VJ Edgecombe, by the way, take that little FaceTime call. That was real, or FaceTime, the person that he kicked 2 days ago in the stands. So that was really nice. Again, it just goes to show the type of character he truly is. Just a very good dude, and really means a lot to this city already. So, but yeah, what do the 76ers need to do in tonight's game in order for you to feel satisfied? And my next question that I would have for you guys is, are you okay with the 76ers just keeping it close tonight, or do you expect a victory? Even without Joel Embiid and Paul George and Oubre. What are your expectations for tonight's game? I'm usually the type of guy that says, I want them to go out there and win every game. And of course, I want them to go out there and win every game. But from a realistic perspective, I just don't think that they have enough against this San Antonio Spurs team. I'm not telling them that they shouldn't go out there and try. That's a totally different thing. Because they absolutely should. If I do see lack of effort tonight, I'm going to be really mad about that. I'm going to call them out for it. I'm going to be very harsh on them. They got to give it effort. They got to play all 4 quarters. I just don't think that they have enough. And that's where I stand. What are your final score predictions, though, down below? Please let me know. And who do you think is going to lead the game in scoring? Will it be Tyrese Maxey? Will it be VJ Edgecombe? Will it be Victor Wembanyama? Or will it be somebody else? That is our poll question for tonight. Let me know who you guys have leading the scoring department in tonight's game. Who has a game high? We'll see. But my bet would probably be to go with Victor Wembanyama. I just have a gut feeling that Wemby tonight is going to go for at least 40 to 50 points. And that's just how I feel. Who can stop Victor Wembanyama on this team right now? You saw Andre Drummond get cooked against the Boston Celtics, and Nehemiah Skada just out-rebounded him and outplayed him on all facets of the game. Adem Bona couldn't even keep a body on him either. So, again, am I being a little bit too harsh? I don't think so. I don't trust Nick Nurse. I don't trust the depth of this roster. And if they are going to beat the Spurs tonight, they're going to have to shoot the ball very well. They're going to have to make very crisp passes, and they cannot turn the ball over as much. They got to take care of the basketball, and they need to make wide open shots. Because this Spurs team is going to rebound left and right, and they're going to cook you and grill you in that department. So you're going to have to make your shots. And that puts a lot of pressure on the shooters. But that's what you're going to have to do, in my opinion, tonight, if you want to take care of business against the San Antonio Spurs. All right, so let's get on into the starting lineups for tonight's game. We'll do that right now. Tip-off should be underway in about 5 minutes or so. I saw that Sixers Adam did tweet out that it should be underway at about 8:12. So give it or take another 5 minutes. All right. The starting lineups for tonight's game for the Philadelphia 76ers. They got Tyrese Maxey at the 1. VJ Edgecombe at the 2. Quentin Grimes at the 3. Grimes is not coming off the bench today. Barlow's at the 4. And Drummond is at the 5. So again, it's Maxey, Edgecombe, Grimes, Barlow, and Drummond. And the Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs have De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie, and Victor Wembanyama as their starting 5 for tonight's game. Sixers and Spurs meeting for the first time this season tonight. They will also play against each other out in San Antonio. That game will be on April 6th. So this is their first matchup against San Antonio this year. They're playing at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. It's the first game of a back-to-back. So they will play the Utah Jazz tomorrow night. And that game will be played at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Last time that the Sixers played against the Spurs, San Antonio got the better half of Philadelphia. They won 128-120. And that was back in March of last year. Justin Edwards in that game actually had 25. Yabusele had 23 points in 38 minutes. And Quentin Grimes put up 25 points in 35 minutes. I'm surprised that they actually kept it that close. That is crazy. Now, there was no Victor Wembanyama in that game. No Victor Wembanyama at all. But still, that's pretty darn good. Huh. Oh, all right, so final score predictions tonight. Hot takes for this game. Hot takes for the Philadelphia 76ers and this game tonight against the San Antonio Spurs. You want to hear JJ's hot take? The hot take tonight is that the 76ers have less turnovers than the San Antonio Spurs. And didn't finish the sentence yet. They have less turnovers compared to the San Antonio Spurs. And they will cover. What is the spread? Let me double check. The spread for tonight's game is... Oh, I thought that I had it up. What's the spread for tonight? The spread is at 7.5. I won't take the spread. So they have less turnovers than the San Antonio Spurs. And my other hot take tonight for the 76ers is going to be that Justin Edwards plays in this game and he gets 10 points. 10 points for Justin Edwards. And that he plays. So that is where I stand on this game. Keys for tonight. The Philadelphia 76ers keys for tonight's game. Again, if they are going to win, they're going to have to outshoot the San Antonio Spurs. The other thing that they're going to have to do is they're going to have to make good lineup adjustments. That means that Nick Nurse cannot flick around with the Grimes, Maxey, and Edgecombe small guard lineup for too long. There might be times where they put a Dembona and Andre Drummond in the game. Jabari Walker, I'm sure, is going to play. But yeah. That is what's going on for tonight. I did want to let you guys know that tomorrow there will be no postgame show. There will be no postgame show tomorrow night. We got ourselves a back-to-back. We got the World Baseball Classic at 10 o'clock. Sixers are on at 7:30. So there will be no postgame show tomorrow. And I will make sure that I post that in the community tab as well. Yes, JB is here. What's going on? I just want a respectable effort, he says. And I think that that is a very good way to put it, right? You don't necessarily expect them to go out there and just destroy the San Antonio team. This is one of those games where you have to understand the circumstances, and you have to say to yourself, well, if they can just go out there, scratch and claw, and just give an A-plus effort, leave everything out there on the court, tonight you'll take it. You'll take it. So, All right. We are ready to get things started. And again, so much thank you for being on here. Yeah, but it should be an interesting one. Doug is here. Yes. Jim, what's going on, Jim? All right. Victor Wembanyama ready to get things started for the San Antonio Spurs. Right before I went live tonight, we ended up losing power just for a second. So, again, if I do lose you guys, it's because my power has gone off. So, nothing I can do there. Folks, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well. Spread the word too. Let your friends, your colleagues, your family members know that we call Sixers basketball games, and we also do Phillies baseball and Eagles football. We do like an old school radio play-by-play style. So we are ready to get underway. And so here is the jump ball, and it's going to, oh, the TV froze again. Great. It froze. That's beautiful. We're underway here in the first quarter. All right, so I guess I got to get YouTube TV up and running. So let's do that. YouTube TV. Sorry about that. Control what you can control, as my friend would say. Watch on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Here we go. So 11:35 to go in this first quarter. Champagnie, Wembanyama, Fox, Vassell, and Castle are the starting five for the San Antonio Spurs. Sixers, as they get the ball, give it away, and the Spurs are now up 2-0. There we go. Okay, so let's get this going. What the heck? Oh, we're on the wrong one. Bear with me for 1 second. What the heck? 2-0 San Antonio. Vassell ends up getting the rebound for the Spurs. And Fox nearly lost the ball. Vassell with a wide open left wing 3-point shot. And Grimes comes up with his miss. 10 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in quarter number one. Maxey will get the handoff pass. Vassell guards him. Sixers are in their black and white uniforms. It's 90s night. And there is another foul called. That'll be on the Spurs. Okay, so let's try to do this. Let's try to do this. Wemby's going to go for 40. I hope not, man. Maxey with a step back, mid-range J, way too strong. And Wembanyama doesn't even have to jump for it as he corrals the miss, and Drummond's going to foul him. So we should have some free throws coming on up. Definitely do not want to get into foul trouble tonight. That is a no-no. Let's try this. That's better. Two 2-0 San Antonio. Wembanyama picks up two quick Andre Drummond fouls. Already 2 fouls committed by him. Let's put this down here. That's better. Nice. 3-0 game as first free throw is good. Once we're in a timeout, we'll have to reset the cable box. 10-12 left to go here in the first quarter. Oh, Chad, how many points is Victor Wembanyama going to get tonight? How many points for Wemby? Let's go, 76ers. Foul shot number 2, and Wembanyama makes it now a 4-0 game. So the Spurs have 4 points, all from Victor Wembanyama. There's Tyrese Maxey, who lets it fly for a 3-pointer on the right wing, and that was a little bit short. His elbow jumper was long. His 3-pointer was short. Back-to-back possessions. San Antonio does an excellent job swinging the ball around the timeline. Maxey nearly came away with a steal. Tried to intercept it, and that left a man wide open in the dunker spot. And now it's 6-0 San Antonio. This is what happens when you try to take a full-time gamble and just try to pick somebody off. You leave a man wide open. Grimes, left elbow J, off the dribble, and that's a little bit short as well. A 6-0 blanket by the San Antonio Spurs to start off the game. Grimes will try to fight for the ball on the ground, and it'll be a jump ball. Vassell, Barlow, and Grimes were trying to tug that thing out, and the clock will stop with 9:17 to go. Doug says, I'm going to go 23 points for Wemby. Drop how many points Wemby's going to drop tonight, if you have not done so already. Also, how many points does Tyrese Maxey get in tonight's game? Drop those point totals, too. Okay. San Antonio wins the tip-off, and so here goes the shot. Is a left-wing three-point shot by De'Aaron Fox, and that'll make it a 9-0 start for the Spurs. And the Sixers just ice cold in this game so far. You see a lot of dribble handoffs as Maxey gets it on the left baseline, goes up with a floater inside, and a foul called on the San Antonio Spurs. And that means that Tyrese will head to the charity stripe and shoot a pair of foul shots. Tyrese Maxey is 4th in the league in scoring, averaging 29.1 points per game. The 25-year-old also putting up 46% shooting from the field. And he's at the line right now. First dribble and first free throw are both successful. Maxey at home this year, averaging 28.2 points per game. His three-point numbers are a little bit different from home compared to being on the road. He's shooting 36% at the Xfinity Mobile Arena and 39% from three-point range. All right. So San Antonio able to make a 2. Game is back on. All right, so it's an 11-2 lead for the San Antonio Spurs. Barlow with a fadeaway elbow J, and that one won't go. And another rebound by the Spurs. This time they go up with a 3, and that's short again, and it's going to go on out of bounds. Where's everybody tapping on in from? Would love to hear from you guys. Let us know where you guys are, and how did you guys find this channel? Grimes with a layup inside. Got past the defense, and the layup was a success. Like that little speed that he provided there. Grimes also nearly intercepted a Wembanyama pass. Almost got a pick there. And it went on that of bounds. Champagnie, Wembanyama, Fox, Vassell, and Castle are the 5 for San Antonio. Ball gets deflected again as it was inbounded, and Grimes got another piece of it. And that will, De'Aaron Fox is actually going to go to the line. Let's look again at the inbound play. Fox looked to push off a little bit there, and then Grimes actually fouled him as he got the ball. Free throw number 1 by De'Aaron Fox, and that'll make it an 8-point lead. It's 12-4 San Antonio. Oh, how we feeling, Chad? How we feeling? Let me know if you're still here. Foul shot number 2, up and in by De'Aaron Fox. I'm from West Philly, but I'm now in Bel Air. West Philadelphia, born and raised. It's gonna be stuck in my head. I've had a bug that's been stuck in my head. I've had a song that's been stuck, so maybe that might be a good thing. Maxey looks to take it towards the interior and lay it up and in, but the ball got blocked. It'll still be Philadelphia basketball, and there will be 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Dude, that's such a great show. Have you actually watched isn't there a new season of Bel Air? Is it the final season? If there is, don't spoil it for me. That's a show that my mom and I like to watch. 13-4 San Antonio, and there's going to be another travel called on the Spurs, and it'll be Sixers ball. Sixers are getting crushed off the glass, and the play calling has been very strong for the Spurs. Wemby's going to go for 34 tonight, JJ. 34. Sixers lose the ball again. Grimes lost it, and it's stolen back by San Antonio. Edgecombe with a beautiful rejection, though, from behind, trying to finish with a 2 with Champagnie, and the Sixers get it back. Barlow in the lane. Right-handed floater. Won't go. And that'll be rebounded again by San Antonio. Here's another block on the other side. This is Adembona. Grimes with an alley-oop pass. That goes to Edgecombe. And VJ Edgecombe has a couple of words as well. 13-6. Maybe that's what the 76ers needed. A spark from Bona on the defensive side. And just a good play out in transition by Quentin Grimes with the feed to VJ Edgecombe. Okay. I like that. I like that move there. I do. Thought that was impressive, but again, they just look outmatched tonight so far. But you get a little bit of life. You need those types of plays, especially tonight. Obviously, when you're undermanned, other guys just need to go out there and make a statement and provide that little spark plug, that juice, that swagger. And if they can get some good rejections on the other side, I think that could really help them and get momentum to go on their side. James says it sucks now because Will Smith turned into a loser, slapping people and all that drama. Can't watch it, says James. Yeah, I hear you. When are the Oscars are coming up, aren't they? Aren't the Oscars coming up? Oscars date. Yeah, March 15th. That's when the Oscars are. Yeah. Sunday, March 15th. Any good movies that you guys saw in 2025? Let me know down below. North Philly watching from South Carolina, JB! Let's go, JB. Who you rooting for tonight? Are you a Sixers fan? Are you a Spurs fan? Are you an NBA fan? Do you have a bet? I know I'm like throwing a lot at you. And that doesn't just go for you. That goes for the rest of chat as well. I know that most of you are Sixers fans, but is anybody a Spurs fan? Or are you just like, I have nothing better to do, so I'm just going to watch JJ, give him all the love and the support? Because that's cool, too. We'll take that. We will. We do post-game shows on here. We try to give you guys really good analysis. We try to break everything down as much as we possibly can. If you guys want to call on into the post-game show tonight, you can do that, too. The phone number is actually listed right below my name. It's listed right below my name. I'm going to move it so that way you can see it. There you go. There you go. That's the phone number. 610-314-0844. I'm a Sixer fan for life. What's up, Asia? What's going on, rest of chat? All right, it's a 13-6 start for the San Antonio Spurs. Sixers are down by 7. This is game number 61 of the NBA season for the Philadelphia 76ers. Wemby, obviously, enough said about him. He's been fantastic this year, averaging 23.7 points per game, 11.2 rebounds, 2.9 assists. But he's also putting up less than 3 blocks this year, 2.9 blocks per game on average. And the Spurs are going to inbound the basketball. Excellent play call as Wembanyama gives it back to Vassell in the paint. And that shot is up and good. Dylan Harper is also out there for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's a shot that's up. That's no good. Wembanyama saves it before it goes on out of bounds. And Spurs have possession of the ball. Johnson back to Vassell, and near corner 3. Won't go. Offensive rebound, and the shot is up, and another foul on Adembona. We saw Andre Drummond get into foul trouble immediately to start off the game within the span of about 30 seconds. He had 2 fouls on him, and they had to bring in Adem and improvise. 6:15 to go in quarter number 1. Excellent job getting that contact. Let's see, does this, want to know if this will refresh it. Barlow also has 2 personal fouls as well. 16-6 San Antonio. The second free throw off the mark. Another offensive rebound by the Spurs. It was tipped on towards the outside. Vassell with a 3. Won't go, and Maxey comes away with his miss. 6 minutes and 3 seconds left to play here in quarter number 1. It's Maxey with a step back elbow J again. Couldn't get it. It was a little bit long. Where is the fan? Might have to turn it on. Philadelphia down by 10, and now they're down by 12. And that is Vassell, or Dylan Harper, again, just getting active on the offensive side. Played for Rutgers and was drafted by the Spurs this year. Maxey over towards the near corner finds Watford. Watford back to Tyrese Maxey, and that is going to cut the deficit in half for Philadelphia. I like that play call, and I like the execution there. Spurs are going to still have the basketball. The passes were whizzing around the timeline, and then it was deflected out of bounds. 5:13 left in this first frame. The inbound pass goes to Vassell, and they're going to swing it around. And here's Johnson with the tray. That's too strong again. And we have a loose ball foul called on Philadelphia, I believe. Is it on Stephon Castle? Looked like Castle actually got grabbed right in the jersey. Saw a little bit of tugging on both sides. Oh, yeah, he did twist his arm. Okay. Twisted his hand, actually. Sixers are at the foul. The Spurs are at the foul limit. 5:03 left in this first quarter. JJ, always a pleasure. Would love a win, but at least a good game would be great. Just keep it close, man. Just keep it close. That's all I ask. Go out there, give it your A-plus effort, and leave everything out there on the court. Maxey at the Xfinity mobile sign, comes away with the screen. Now a pick and roll to Adem Bona, and his shot gets blocked the first time. Comes back up with it, though, and is able to razzle and dazzle it down the drain. And that will make it 18-11. Castle working around the screen again. Looks to kick it out. And another three-point shot. That's misfired. The Spurs have been ice cold from downtown in this game so far. Edgecombe looks to take it up front. The ball gets knocked away. It'll still be Sixers ball, though, as it heads on right out of bounds. That's Bryant, who is now out there for the San Antonio Spurs. And Luke Cornett as well. Carter Bryant, 20 years old, drafted out of Arizona. Was a Wildcat. 4 minutes and 22 seconds left to be played in this first quarter. And it looks like Victor Wembanyama and Stephon Castle are going to take a seat. 18-11. Justin Edwards is out there. I said that Edwards was going to have 10 points today. Cam Payne also getting some playing time for the 76ers as well. Payne to Maxey. Maxey at the foul line. Dribbles down the lane. Bona in the dunker spot. Lays it up and in with the left hand this time. 5-point deficit for Philadelphia. Excellent ball movement again by Nick Nurse and the 76ers. Maxey comes away with a block from behind. Excellent defense by them. Bona comes up with it now as the ball ends up going into the Sixers front court. It's Payne back to Trendon Watford. Watford with an alley pass that went way above Adembona's head, and that is going to go out of bounds. Watford does say, my bad, and that's a bad turnover for Philadelphia. They had him right on the ropes, just those little mistakes. Hopefully it does not come back to bite Philly. Johnson, left wing 2, and he got it right off the dribble. And it's now a 7-point lead. Dude, I'll tell you what, Bona's been good so far today. Let's go. 3:25 left to be played in the first quarter. Payne with a bounce pass that goes to Watford. Here's another 3. This time it's Justin Edwards. And the Sixers cut it to a 4-point game. Got a little chip on their shoulder. It's nice. Very good stuff. Harper on the perimeter is being guarded by Payne, and Bona steps up on him. Bryant with a 3. Good rotation by Justin Edwards, and there's Tyrese Maxey rebounding his 4th ball today. 2:53 remaining here in the first quarter. Maxey, ISO, steps back, gives it over to Edwards. A catch and shoot 3. Got it to go. Justin Edwards with 2 back-to-back 3s. And the Sixers starting to heat up. It's a 1-point game, 20-19, with 2:30 left to go here in quarter number 1. And a little bit some physicality between Dylan Harper and Trendon Watford. They got a little bit tangled up. Harper sort of elbowed him at the last second, and we're going to have officials going towards the scorer's table to sort this whole thing out. 2.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Justin Edwards lighting it up from downtown. Edwards is like, no Oubre, no problem. I gotcha. There you go. I said Justin Edwards would have 10 points. He still hasn't gotten there, though. But so far, so good. So far, so good. We'll take it, man. Does Jabari Walker get any minutes tonight? And if so, how many minutes does Jabari Walker get for the 76ers? How many minutes for Jabari Walker, chat? Love it. You know, there's been a lot of blame going around Nick Nurse this year. And, you know, I appreciate our Sixers content creators. I appreciate all of the people that cover the Sixers on the radio and even on the TV. But while we've given our fair share of criticism to the coaching staff and to the people in the front office, I'll tell you one aspect that we haven't necessarily talked about. How about the analytics team? How about the medical staff? Kelly Oubre was supposed to be out only for 4 days. Said that it wasn't a big injury. Then he misses 4 to 6 weeks. Trendon Watford. You knew he was going to miss some time, even though they reported the same thing. Wasn't going to be out for too long. Watford ends up missing more time too. This medical staff has been an issue for years with the 76ers. That's been a problem too. The analytics department, what do they do? Sixers actually aren't even taking a lot of threes compared to the rest of the NBA. But they do, again, a lot of these dribble handoffs, and I'm wondering, and this is me just speculating. I wonder if analytics has to deal with the play calling that we see on the offensive side. What do you think about that, chat? What do you think about that? The reason why I give blamed, though, to the analytics is because when you see them trying to double team, like 65, 70% of the possessions, most of the time, analytics will tell you, okay, let's try to stop the guy with the ball. But then you leave a shooter wide open. It just doesn't make sense. But what do you think about the play calling from an analytic perspective? 22-19. Sixers now have it. Tyrese Maxey over at the top of the key, looking to pass it to Trendon Watford on the perimeter. Watford's step back trifecta is way too short, and it's corralled by San Antonio once again. So there was no technical foul called on anybody. Sixers did take a timeout, though. That's what happened. 22-19. Maxey down the lane again. Floater inside. No foul was called. Sixers get a steal. They got the ball back. Watford has it. Gives it back to Maxey, and he makes up for it by tying the game. Let's go. I mean, Watford just staying with the play, not letting the moment get to him, and the Spurs are going to get the lead back. They are able to convert on a layup. I don't think the coach is resonating with these players. I agree with you on that, too. 1,000%. The message is not clear. So, is it? I don't even think it's just the coach, though. I think it's also the assistant coaches, the Dave Yeagers of the world, and the guys that are over on the bench. Payne back to Watford. Another wide open three. And that's a little bit short again. Bona attempted to get the rebound. Excellent tip, though, by Keldon Johnson. And it's snagged again by San Antonio. Fox, Johnson, Bryant, Cornett, and Harper are the five for the Spurs. 55 seconds remaining in quarter number one. A catch-and-shoot wide-open tray is up and in, and that'll make it 27-22. That's Carter Bryant from the far corner. They say that a corner's three-point shot is the easiest three to make if you leave your man wide open. Watford, again, a floater downhill. Couldn't get it that time. And the Spurs have numbers. And it is Carter Bryant being explosive, going right over to the cup, scoring 5 straight points for the San Antonio Spurs. Payne at the Xfinity Mobile Arena sign. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. A fadeaway three. And somehow, some way, he made it right on that far wing. He got it right in the face of Carter Bryant. I mean, you can't play better defense than that. It's 29-25. San Antonio up by 2 possessions. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Spurs have the ball. All eyes on De'Aaron Fox. Maxey's guarding him, and now Fox wants to get a mismatch, and he does. Justin Edwards is now on him. Double team comes. They leave another man open for a three, and the Spurs make the Sixers pay 32-25. That was Dylan Harper making it all the way from downtown. Maxey with a prayer from half court, and the basketball gods say no. A little bit strong there. And we're going to go into quarter number 2. Philadelphia down by 7 points to the San Antonio Spurs, 32-25. I still can't believe that Cam Payne made that shot. I mean, like, literally he had a hand all over his face. That was like a 2K shot. It's just one of those plays where it's like, how does that go in, you know? Bryce Harper went 2 for 3 with a double and a single today for Team USA. That deserves a bell. You know what else would be nice and deserve a bell? A Sixers win. A Sixers win would probably get about 25 bells from me tonight. It would. It would get a lot. But yeah, back to this whole conversation. The coach is definitely, you're 1,000% right, JB. This coach, whether you like it or not, the message just does not stick with this team. And you don't need analytics to prove that. Because if you watch the games, The 76ers have lost a third quarter over 65% of their games during these last 3 to 4 weeks. That may be analytics right there. But when you watch them every single night in the third quarter, 9 times out of 10, they come out flat. They don't adjust. And if this head coach had the team, had the locker room together, they wouldn't be this bad all the time. Sometimes you're going to lose a quarter. That's normal. But the way that it goes on every single game, that is clearly an indicator that this head coach just does not have the right message that fits with these personalities. Look at Jared McCain, too. McCain has found a way to make it work in Oklahoma City. And Nick Nurse could not figure him out. Couldn't do it. 32-25 is the score. The Spurs are up by 7 points. They are 43-17 on the season. Didn't they just play against the Celtics last night? I should probably know that. Oops. There we go. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that, chat. Carter Bryant, 5 points, 2 for 3. He is from the field this evening. Solid 20 minutes, I'd say. I had a thought earlier. What about playing Drummond and Bone at the same time, just to try it out? We talked about that a little bit. I said I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did that tonight because Nick Nurse might be forced to. Here's a 3-point shot by De'Aaron Fox. That was a little bit off the money. Adem Bona chases the rebound, and Justin Edwards now has it for Philadelphia. Campaign, dribbling with the left hand, takes it across the court, and gets it back from Justin Edwards. It's Campaign getting himself a wide open 3, and that one goes down as well. I thought maybe just with the way that thing bounced in the rim that it was going to come out because it ended up getting the front part of the rim, but it just was able to go down the drain. 32-28, 11:23 to go. Another 3-point shot at the top of the key, and that is just on the money for the San Antonio Spurs. And that will make it 35-28. And Quentin Grimes ended up making a 3. It was actually really 35-25. Grimes then made a 3 for the 76ers, and it's back to a 10-point ball game. Got to get YouTube TV back up and running. Okay, we'll do that now. It's now 37-28. Keldon Johnson ended up getting the layup to go inside. 37-28. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in this first half. Daniel's here. What's up, Daniel? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you on here. I just realized that Kelly Olynyk is actually still in the league and he's on the San Antonio Spurs. I did not know that. He's 34 years old now. Olynyk was with the Gonzaga Bulldogs from 2009 to 2013 and got drafted by the Mavericks. Played his first 4 years with the Celtics. Then he went to Miami. And then went to the Rockets, the Pistons, the Jazz, the Raptors, Pelicans, and the Spurs. This will be an official review here. Luke Cornett got called for a shooting foul. And this is going to be challenged by the Spurs. Luke Cornett should be gone with a flagrant 2. Was there extra contact there? RB says that Luke Cornett should be gone after that. So it's a foul on Cornett. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, chat, and subscribe to the channel too. The more likes that we get, the more people that we can reach for Sixers, Phillies, and Eagles games. Because that is what we cover on this channel. Luke Cornett does get called for a flagrant 1. Some contact to the head, or excessive contact it was to Adem Bona. Which means that we have 2 free throws at the line from Adem. And Bona, first free throw, he got it. That'll make it 37-29. There's 2 friends that are there. That one's a Spurs fan, has a Spurs jersey on, and the other one has a red and white Sixers jersey on. Bona at the line for 1 more, and both foul shots are good for Bona. Excellent. That is definitely a win. Did not expect that at all whatsoever. The odds for that, not so high. Payne will get the inbound pass, and he'll hand it off to Quentin Grimes again. More dribble handoffs come. Edgecombe gets a screen set by Bona. VJ looking to attack on the other side. No foul called. Looked like that he got hacked on the wrist, and the Spurs have it, but it's thrown away. Grimes gets the steal and comes up with a loose change as well. 10:05 left to go here in this second quarter. Payne on the perimeter, steps back, another 3, and it's denied by the Spurs. An excellent job by Cornett blocking that shot, and he gets rewarded with an alley-oop jam on the other side on the assist by Julian Champagne. So great defense leading the easy offense for the San Antonio Spurs. Payne teardrop, got it with the left hand. Cam Payne has done a great job off the Sixers bench today. Give him 8 points. Justin Edwards has 6 points. He's made back-to-back threes in that first quarter. 39-32, San Antonio up by 7. Here's Johnson again. Initializes the little pump fake inside. Gets the layup to go. 41-32. Surprised that there was no foul called on Adem Bona. 9:13 left in this second quarter. Payne swings it to Bona. Didn't want to shoot the 3 there. Payne, left-handed floater again. Automatic. Cam Payne is on fire. It's like, you know what? If you're just going to leave me open to take these teardrops, I'm going to just do it. Why not? 41-34. Payne almost got a steal. And Johnson lost it over towards the left side of the baseline, and it went on out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia basketball. Look at the scrappy defense that they are playing. You see guys stepping up like Cam Payne and Justin Edwards. How can you not buy into that? That's awesome. 41-34, 7-point deficit for the 76ers. Edwards is taking up the basketball for Philadelphia. Now he dumps it off to Edgecombe. VJ at the Chevrolet sign. Sixers players just standing around. Edgecombe moving over to the foul line. Wants to dance over Wembanyama and looks to try to pass it inside. And Victor Wembanyama doesn't even have to jump. He gets the steal. Easy throw to him. Edwards, though, not really used to having a guy there that's just that tall. Bona, or that's Drummond, got the rebound off of the misfire 2 by Wembanyama. Sixers then got it back, and another foul was called. Actually, he did jump a little bit. I didn't think that he did in real time, but he did. I was going to say, was it really that high of a pass? 8:13 remaining in quarter number 2. Like to see the Sixers run some good plays here. Grimes' 3-point shot, he bricks it. Could not hit it on the left wing. Grimes picks it again. Carter Bryant gets called for, or Cam Payne gets called for a foul. Carter Bryant, a little bit confused. No, he does get called for an offensive foul. Payne, I don't know if he had his feet set or not, but the referees say that his feet were set. And Cam gets the inbound pass for Philadelphia again. Cam Payne with 10 points and 4 for 5 shooting from the field in this game. Another foul will be called on Devin Vassell. That's a personal foul on him, and that'll stop the clock with 7:53 to go. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Who was the power forward that we got rid of? I think that we could use him right now. He was like Oubre, but more but more muscle. I thought you were going to say more Muscala. His name was Gershon Yabusele. That's who it was. 41-34, 7:36 left to go in the second quarter. He was playing with the Knicks. He did not have a good season with the Knicks. And then I think that he got picked up by the Chicago Bulls. Grimes in the lane. Kicks it out to Andre Drummond for a tray. And that hits off the left side. Edgecombe tries to tip Edwards, that is, tries to tip the rebound to himself. Volleyball tipped it about 3 times, and the ball goes out of bounds. Excellent effort, and it'll be Sixers ball still. Coming away with all that effort. Look, Edwards jumping up and down, trying to just tip the ball all the way to himself. Payne works towards the left side. A step-back three-point shot. He thought he had it, and it was a little bit short again. Sixers get back on defense. Edwards guarding the ball handler, and Stephon Castle now has it towards the left side of the top of the key. Castle driving down Broadway, getting past Quentin Grimes. Count it. He dunks it home, hangs onto the rim, and he'll head to the foul line and attempt to give San Antonio what would be a 10-point lead. Surprised that they called that a foul, too. Just fouled him right from behind. That's a Yabu. Grimes got to take better shots. They gotta come away with better plays, too. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter, and we have a timeout taken by Philadelphia. So the Spurs have put up 11 points in this second quarter. Philadelphia's put up 9. We'll be right back. Will the 76ers cut it back to at least a 5-point game? Don't go anywhere. We'll see. We are back with more 76ers basketball. That was a bad decision by Payne. Oof. All right, let's turn this off really quickly. I didn't know Stephon Castle's dad played with Tim Duncan. Stacey Castle played with Tim Duncan? I didn't even know they played in the NBA. Learn something new every single day. Can't say that the 76ers aren't showing effort out there, because they are. See role players stepping up, making it only a 10-point game. Castle does have 7 points and 3 rebounds as well. 7 minutes to go in quarter number 2. The and one by Castle. It trickles on in. Ended up going foul line left. 44-34 is the score. And Sixers have Dominic Barlow back out there for the second time of this game. Edgecombe with a floater, a little bit towards the right side, but Drummond is there for the tip back, and that'll cut it back to a single-digit game. Andre Drummond got into a little bit of foul trouble in that first quarter. He had 2 fouls immediately on Victor Wembanyama. Wide open tray for San Antonio, and that is up, and that is in to make it 47-36. Just an excellent three-pointer by Julian Champagnie. Maxey with a little pass that goes down low to Drummond, and that is denied again by the wall, Victor Wembanyama. Wemby at the logo takes it towards the right, and now guarding him is Grimes, but he leaves him wide open, lost him, and Wembanyama hit him with a fadeaway three-point shot. This guy is 7 feet, 2 inches tall, and he's hitting fadeaway threes. I mean, that's just crazy. Drummond with a 3, no can do. It was from the left corner. It's Edgecombe trying to get a steal. Wembanyama has it again. Drummond has to just keep all eyes on Victor Wembanyama, and he does. Wemby thought about taking the 3, comes towards the near elbow, and snags it outside. Another three-point shot is up and good, and there will be a 4-point play because as the 3 was shot, Wembanyama got pushed, and he'll head to the line for a 4-point play. That is now a 9-point swing by the San Antonio Spurs over their last minute and a half of play. So Wemby has awoken, and the Sixers defense cannot stop him. It's a fadeaway 3. There's only so much that you can do. Then you kind of have to double team him. Drummond gets called for yet another foul. Another one, and that's going to be it for him in the first half. Watford does get the rebound. Adembona is also on the bench. So the Sixers, their lineup, they got Barlow playing at the 5. That is unbelievable. 5:13 left to go in this second quarter, and we have another foul called. The fact that Dominic Barlow is their only option to play at the 5 is crazy. Terrible defensive rotations. It's awful. And not enough depth either. Sixers are going to turn it over once again, and now the San Antonio Spurs are on an 11-0 run. 5:03 left to play in the second quarter. Grimes on the left wing, and we have another whistle called. What is going on? How did we get here? There we go. I was going to say, what the heck? I didn't even change the channel. Grimes got it on the left wing at the top of the perimeter. And then Maxey threw it away. And Vassell tries to go up with a layup inside. It's blocked by VJ Edgecombe. Got a little hand on it. 55-36. 4:47 left to play in this second quarter. It's a 24-11 run by the Spurs here in quarter number 2. all of a sudden you blink, as it was a 9-point game, and now all of a sudden it's a 20-point game, as free throw number 1 is good. Only 3 fouls committed by the Sixers in this second quarter, 4 for San Antonio. Again, folks, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you guys rock with me, and if you enjoy 76ers games, if you also just love tuning on into the NBA. The free throw is good, and that'll make it 57-36. All right, come on, Maxey. Takes it towards the right side. Now he's at the foul line. Wants to dance. Step back elbow J. In and out it goes. Tyrese Maxey just 8 points, and he is 2 for 8 from the field. Not feeling himself at all whatsoever. The ball is zipped towards the near corner. Champagne swings it again around the timeline. Vassell back to Bryant. A wide open 3. Jackpot. It's now 60-36. The fact that this head coach just does not know when to call a timeout after they make 3 threes in a row, the San Antonio Spurs. He does not even think about calling a timeout. Doesn't even think about it. Any other head coach would have done that. 24-point lead for the San Antonio Spurs. 4:16 to go in quarter number 2. They just hit. I didn't want to say this in the moment. I wanted to just wait until there was a little bit of downtime. But the Spurs hit 3 threes in a row. They're on a 9-0 run. You were down by 9, and now all of a sudden, within the last 30 seconds, the last 65 seconds to be exact, you're down by 18. Now you're down by 24. And you wait from 9 to 24 until you call a timeout. Are they undermanned? Yes. But when I say sense of urgency, it's not just from the players. It's from everybody on that coaching staff, too. Why are we letting Andre Drummond take 4 corner threes and the most shots in the half? It's a great question. Very good question. No adjustments. None. I don't understand the chat. I'm not mad that they're getting blown out now. What I'm mad about is that you still don't see your head coach making the right decisions. Who cares who has the most points? Sixers look bad under Nurse, says Lawrence. Well, I hear you. Who cares about the most points? You don't have to care. There's people that bet that probably would care. $60-36 game. I just don't get it. And again, we're not aggravated about the San Antonio Spurs just making these shots. All that we're asking, though, is for the head coach, Nick Nurse, to just play with a sense of urgency, a willingness to want to win. That's it. That's it. $60-36, San Antonio up by 24 points. Watford doesn't have any points. Edwards has 6. Bona has 6. Maxey just has 8. BJ Edgecombe hands it off to Tyrese Maxey yet again. Maxey is guarded by Victor Wembanyama, and Maxey hits a floater down the lane, and that'll make it back to a 22-point game. Good shot by Tyrese Maxey. Just play man-to-man here. Do whatever you can on Vassell. And there's a reach and foul called on Justin Edwards. Inbound pass again to Vassell, and he just made an acrobatic layup, got it to go, and was fouled as well from Justin Edwards. And this is starting to get ugly. As Vassell got it, Justin Edwards got him jumping. Vassell got Edwards jumping. And he made the two, and he'll go to the line for one more. Castle is in his second year, averaging 16.6 points per game, which is the second most amongst second-year players this season. The and one is good. And we have another whistle called on the other side. Maxey will head to the line. And he will shoot 2 free throws. Again, Chad, if you're just new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And turn on the bell icons as well. Maxey's first foul shot hits just a little bit of the back iron, and it goes out. This was a little too strong. Free throw number 2 by Tyrese, and that'll make it a 24-point deficit. Excellent. Stefan Castle with 11 points. Champagne back to Vassell. Victor Wembanyama gets the ball snagged away. Edgecombe got the steal, and what a pass to Tyrese Maxey. He went behind his back, VJ Edgecombe, all in one motion from the steal, and Maxey hit the layup, and it's back to a 22-point game. What a play by VJ Edgecombe. Vassell, teardrop again, and actually it was an alley-oop pass. It was a drop-off to Victor Wembanyama. He faked me out, and it's back to a 24-point lead for San Antonio. I still want to go back to that VJ Edgecombe play. That was unbelievable. All in one motion, he had a steal and then just sort of shovel passed it from behind his back to Tyrese Maxey. 65-41. We have an offensive foul called on Adembona. Nurse was looking at the coaching staff to see if the Sixers should challenge this. He's looking over at the ref, and the Sixers are going to challenge this. They think that they have enough conclusive evidence to turn this thing over. I don't know. He elbowed Victor Wembanyama on the left side. .244 left to go, and we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. The crazy part is that they're still discussing this. I thought Adem elbowed Victor Wembanyama, and it was a clear foul. DJ also thought the same thing, too, on Twitter, I saw. There's nothing clear or conclusive to overturn the call. So, yeah. $65-41. It's a 24-point lead for the San Antonio Spurs, and the Sixers are going to lose their challenge. Damn. Too bad. So they just lost a challenge. I don't get it. All right. It's Castle again who gets it for the San Antonio Spurs. Looking to pass it again towards the outside. Champagne's three-point shot a little bit off towards the right. And Maxey comes away with it again. Tyrese to Trendon Watford. Teardrop with the right hand. This time, foul called on San Antonio. In the act of shooting, it'll be on Champagne. That's just his second personal foul. He was a 76er, Champagne. Or was that his brother, Julian? One of them was a Sixer. Watford at the charity stripe. And he'll hit the first free throw. Foul shot number 2 by Trendon Watford. Makes the second one as well.
Excellent.
Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the notification bell icon too, folks. Another three-point shot by San Antonio, and that is misfired. Bona got the rebound. It's stolen back, though, by Stephon Castle. And the pass that goes to the outside, Vassell's off-balance three is up and in, and that'll make it 68-43. Just an incredible shot by the Spurs. They also almost turned it over again. Sixers have Tyrese Maxey. They swing it around. Bona back over to Maxey. Nearly got away with an illegal screen to Bona. And somehow Maxey, with all the contact that he had to deal with, just made a 2. Maxey comes away with a steal again. Takes a step back 3. That's short. Edgecombe with the 2. And that's up and in. What a nice play by Tyrese Maxey. Victor Wembanyama had no idea where Tyrese Maxey was, and he looked so confused. Here's another three-point shot by San Antonio, and that is going to go down the drain by Champagne again. He's been making his shots, and that's his second 3 that he has made within the last couple of minutes. Bona will pass it to Trendon Watford. The 2-pointer's up, and Wembanyama gets called for a goaltend. 1 minute exactly to go in this second quarter. I like it when you see guys making those types of efforts like Tyrese Maxey. He's like, you know what? We're not done. Like, I'm going to really give it my A+. You know? It's good to see that. Sixers double team. They leave a man wide open for a 2, or a 3 that is, and that's up and no good. And no one can box out Vassell or Castle again, and he just made a posterizer on a putback jam. You got to be kidding me. 73-49. Watford with a teardrop, and that will go on up and in again. The lead is up to 22 for the San Antonio Spurs. Vassell shooting the lights out. Knocks down another 3 and just is able to just rub it on into the Sixers. He hit it right from the logo. Maxey floater again, not getting any foul calls tonight. It's 76-51. The Spurs have scored on their last 6 possessions that they have had the rock. Wembanyama comes away with a screen, and he'll set a pick for Vassell again. It's Edwards who gets lost out in transition, And the alley-oop pass is good. 78-51. Edgecombe gets fouled from behind. He was shooting a three, and then he landed on his tailbone. 0.2 seconds were left on the game clock, and he is down. He got the wind taken out of him. Players are looking to help him up, and they will. That was a hard foul for VJ Edgecombe, and he is going to get up. He's going to try to walk it off. He got fouled from behind and just landed so hard on the floor. It was a clean... It was just the player was trying to go for the ball there, and he did, and then Edgecombe was grabbing onto his lower back, and he is still walking it off, and he is going to be at the line to shoot 3 free throws. That was not a good fall. Came down really hard. It looked like he landed on his back. He's up, and he's about to take free throws. He's going to be sore. 0.2 seconds left in this second quarter. Foul shot number 1 by VJ. Doesn't get the friendly trickle. Edgecombe's performance suffered after he went into the stands Sunday night at Boston, says Doug. I also just think he's getting a lot of minutes. Foul shot number 2 by VJ. That's good as well. The third free throw by VJ, and he'll go 2 for 3 from the line. The ball is inbounded to San Antonio, and we are going to go on in the halftime. Sixers are down by 25 points. 78-53. They were only down by 7 going on into quarter number 2, and then the Spurs put up 46 points. 46 against the 76ers in this second quarter. Oh, man. So, let's do this. Okay, one sec. Let's go back to our monologue screen. Okay. I asked for tonight a good effort from the 76ers. Not surprised that they're getting blown out right now. I'm sorry to do this. And chat, I don't care if you agree or disagree. But what I'm about to say might stir some of you guys the wrong way. I'm still not happy. I'm still not happy. And here's why. You saw a good effort in the first quarter. I have to continue to harp on this. Let's go back to when the game started to get out of hand in the second quarter. Okay? You are down. You're down. What's the score? You were down 44. You were down 43-34. Okay? You were down 43-34. Stephon Castle makes a foul shot after a little and one opportunity, right? It was really, I think you were actually really down 41-34. It was 41-34. Champagnie makes a shot, and then he gets an and one opportunity. Now all of a sudden it's a 50-36 game because Wembanyama hit a step back three. And then Devin Vassell hits a three after Carter Bryant comes away with a rebound. So you're telling me that the San Antonio Spurs are on an 11-0 run And yet, this head coach, who's only used one timeout, is not going to burn one. Doesn't want to try to come up with something just to let his team back in. Doesn't want to have a sense of urgency. Where is it? Any other coach, if it's a 9-0 run, calls a timeout there. What's he doing? Why did he challenge that Adembona foul? Looked like it was an easy foul to me. You wasted time out there. What is with these substitutions? But the way that you manage the timeouts, I am sorry, I cannot harp on that anymore. I'm not mad at Justin Edwards. I'm not mad at Quentin Grimes. I'm a little disappointed with Tyrese Maxey. I have to admit it. I'm a little bit disappointed with Tyrese Maxey today. But I also recognize, too, that half the time Victor Wembanyama has been guarding him. I know. I still want him to be a little bit more aggressive. There were a couple times where I saw that he wasn't getting foul calls. I still need him to drive it. Too many dribble handoffs. When the Sixers actually made it close, notice how Cam Payne and Justin Edwards are just moving the ball back and forth. And the ball movement is just flowing. It's finding the open shooter. There's a lot of off-ball movements going on. As soon as the Spurs went on that run, that 11-0 run, I didn't see any sort of ball movement. I saw more dribble handoffs. One play was actually VJ Edgecombe handed it off to Tyrese Maxey. And then Maxey handed it off again to VJ. And I'm thinking to myself, what is going on here? What is going on? It all comes back down to coaching. That and I can't stress it enough. I can't stress it enough. So that's why I'm mad. That's why I'm not happy. But I do give I do have to give Cam Payne credit. Cam Payne is feeling himself. Made a couple of really good jump shots. I also, for some reason, don't understand why when he, for some reason, has the hot hand, he has to go to the bench. And Quentin Grimes has to come back in. No, the head coach is also supposed to keep the hot hand out there. You're supposed to ride the hot hand. When we talk about what they didn't do in Game 6 of the first round of 2 years ago against the Knicks, what was a lot of the criticism? The criticism of Nick Nurse was that he benched Buddy Hield in that second half after he put up 21 points in the first. No. You play the hot shooter. You don't sit the hot shooter. But yeah, positives, Cam Payne. Positives, Justin Edwards. Where's Jabari Walker, though? Where is he? I don't know. Oh, man. We got another half of basketball to play. But I had to let that out. I had to get that off my chest. I had to. Do you agree Or do you not agree? I want to hear your thoughts. I really do. Let's get back to this. Let's get back to this guy. Yeah. That looks better. Yeah. All right. Maxey does have 15 points. He's 5 for 13 shooting wise from the field. VJ has 6 points. He's 2 for 9. Edwards with 6. Bona with 6. Watford with 6. Andre Drummond's getting cooked by Victor Wembanyama. It's like not even close. Victor Wembanyama is just toying with him. Not really surprised about that. Dang, if JJ's streaming right now, I don't even know how RB is feeling. Is steaming right now. I don't know. Ask him. Grades C+ for the 76ers, and that's only because of the care and hustle by 3 players. Nurse has the usual D. The funny part about this is actually watch them go out there in the third quarter and make this a game. Watch. It's going to happen. And that's going to become a nail biter. I'm waiting for it. They're not watching Stephon Castle at all, says Lawrence. They're not watching Castle. They also, the other part about it too, is Devin Vassell. Credit to him. He's made the Sixers pay a couple times. And look, I get it, right? Because part of me understands that Victor Wembanyama, because he's so gifted, and you saw him make a step-back fadeaway 3. Okay? There comes a time where you just naturally have to double team him, and you just got to hope and pray that the other shooters just are human and that they don't have it. Okay? I get that. I understand. But what I don't understand is putting your best forwards out there. Justin Edwards, Jabari Walker, and Edwards has been playing, but where's Jabari, right? Why are we going back to a 3-guard lineup? I know that Kyle Lowry's not playing, but when Campaign's getting hot, why are we benching him? Why are we taking the hot shooting hand out of the game when he just put up for you 10 points? I don't get it. I don't understand that. I get that Andre Drummond gets into foul trouble and that puts you at a disadvantage. It does. And again, realistically, Victor Wembanyama, when he starts to get hot, you got to start to double team him. I knew that was going to happen, and they were going to have to do it. But it's just, it's not like you're not going down with a fight when it comes to the decisions that are made from the people that are in charge. It's not the players. It's on the people that design these plays. They're not making winning plays. They're not showing effort on their side of the clipboard. So, Alex is here. What's going on, Alex? Ready to go on into the third quarter. Once the break is done, the Sixers trail by 25 to the San Antonio Spurs. And again, chat, no Joel Embiid, no Kelly Oubre tonight. And, of course, still no Paul George. Janai Barum is also not playing either. So, you don't have as much depth. I'm still alive. I hope VJ's okay after that foul, says Doug. That's a good point. That's a very good point. That was a hard foul that he took. And you did say before that kicking that fan to the face and the way that he landed on that, that's tough. And just to add this also into the anger, Jared McKean gets traded. You were supposed to go for an upgrade and try to make your team better and get a superstar. And you traded Jared McKean either to duck the tax or to either get that star. And without Jared McKean now, you're giving more minutes to VJ Edgecombe. You're giving more minutes to Tyrese Maxey. And in theory, that's cool. But that means that there's going to be more fatigue. There's going to also be more, the legs aren't going to be as fresh because you're going to them all the time. And when you get fresh legs off your bench, like a Jared McKean, and you try to have him as a playmaker out there, and you put him in a position to succeed, that makes a difference. It makes a difference not having him now. Tris, down by 25. Sixers are still alive. Let's go Philly. Can strive to start to jive. Play-by-play with JJ streaming here today. Big quarter 3 ready to go for me. Sixers going to score 43. Hee. Yeah, gotcha. All right, third quarter adjustments. One word. Chat, give me one word of what you want to see from the 76ers in this second half. What is one word that you want to see? My word that I'm going to say, I'm going to go with mental toughness. And I guess that's 2 words. So if I were to say one word, I guess it's not hyphenated. Yeah. One word would be grit. As a matter of fact, I would say edge. Edge. Come out with an edge. That's what I would say. Come out with an edge. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe, chat. Make sure you guys turn on those notification bell icons, too. We're doing a doubleheader today. Tomorrow we got a triple header. Got World Baseball Classic tomorrow. And that starts. I'm still alive on this boat rocking, or this floating rock too, buddy. I hear you. Dude, it's so good to see you, dude. Happy that you're here. All right, so we're ready to start off the third quarter. Vassell looking to swing it outside, and there's a 3 that's no good. Grimes couldn't even catch the rebound. It was right to him. And De'Aaron Fox got it and just hit an easy layup out of it. So that'll make it a 27-point deficit. Sixers nearly threw it out of bounds, and it was actually last touched by Stephon Castle. 13 points for Castle, 7 assists as well. Champagnie, 10 points. Castle, 13. Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama only has 7 points. That cannot be right. De'Aaron Fox is 7. Victor Wembanyama has 7 points. That's it. 80-53. Wemby again swings it around, and here's another 3-point shot by... Isn't that Stephon Castle again? It's Devin Vassell. And that'll make it 83-53. It's a 5-0 run by the San Antonio Spurs. Payne at the top of the perimeter now stands in between the circles. It's Tyrese Maxey who gets a screen from Adembona, takes it right towards the right wing, gives it back to Barlow, and his near corner three. He bricks it and hits it off the front iron. Fox with his second rebound of the quarter in just 1 minute and 15 seconds of play. 30-point lead for the Spurs. Sixers just struggling against that zone that San Antonio has provided. Another fadeaway jump shot, and Stephon Castle flops down, misses the jumper, and Maxey attempts to go coast to coast on the other side, and he does. That cuts it back to a 28-point deficit for Philadelphia. Castle looking to out-hustle Adembona, and he does. Beats him right to the punch. The Spurs have energy and have a lot of life out of this timeout. It's a 7-2 scoring run. They're actually on a 53-30 run ever since the second quarter began. Payne, left-handed layup. No. Champagnie, rebound. Outlet pass to De'Aaron Fox again. Fox to Vassell. Bounce pass, and Campaign intercepts it. He came from behind. Payne to Grimes. He couldn't hit the floater. Oh, my gosh. He was in the air. All he had to do was tap it on in. And he couldn't even do that. Here's a 2 by San Antonio. That's way too strong. Maxey has it again for Philadelphia. The teardrop is automatic. And 85-57 is the score. Spurs up by 28. Tell you, this Sixers defense is just giving up so many two-pointers. Grimes gets absolutely beaten by his man on a pump fake, and Keldon Johnson just got him right out of his shoes. He swung him out of his shoes. 87-57. He got the baseline J to fall. Here's another 3 by Tyrese Maxey. It won't go. And the Spurs have it once again. Maxey tried to take a gamble, and the ball goes downhill over to Victor Wembanyama, and Bona gets called for a foul. And he puts his hands up saying, how is that a foul? 8:43 to go here in quarter number 3. This is getting ugly. Vassell with 16, Castle with 15, Wembanyama with 7, 6, and 3. Dr. Delay is here, like number 35. Thought by this time Wemby would have been cooking us, says JB. Well, you know, the other thing, too, that you have to understand is that the Sixers are double-teaming him. So Wemby is thinking to himself, well, if my shooters are making the shots, I don't necessarily have to be aggressive. They're making these shots. Wemby does have 5 blocks, which really isn't a surprise. Free throw number 2, it's 88-57. And Sixers have it once again. Payne, dribble handoff to Quentin Grimes. Here comes a screen set by Bona. Grimes looking to pass it over to Maxey. Maxey, another floater with the left hand. It's a little bit short once again. And Victor Wembanyama cleans the glass. A transition 3 by San Antonio, and everything is starting to go on in. It's a 13-4 run, and not a single timeout taken by Philadelphia. And 93-57 is the score. Vassell is 5 for 7 from downtown. Maxey with another 3, and the friendly bounce is no good. Wemby down the lane. A turnaround 180 dunk, and it's now 93-57. Maxey with a floater. Are they going to count the shot? No. And they'll say that Tyrese was fouled on the floor. This is about ready to be a punch in the mouth. 61 points for the Spurs over their last 2 quarters of play. And just 32 for Philadelphia. This is bad. 7:45 left to play in this third quarter. Maxey looked to pass it, then he lost it for a sec. Gives it back over to Campaign, got it not to loose. Payne to Barlow with a right corner 3, and he airballed that by a mile. Another three-point shot by San Antonio. And that is going to make it a 39-point lead for the Spurs. An 18-4 run. Devin Vassell with his 6-3 that he has hit today. He is unconscious right now. And the Spurs are just blowing this game wide open. 62 points, over the last 18 minutes of play. Oh, man. I'm going to say this right now. Take Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe out. Take them out. There is no reason to play either of those two in this game. This is when Kyle Lowry should come on in. Get them out of the game. Please. They don't deserve to play right now. Tomorrow is a back-to-back. I really need them to be healthy tomorrow. There is no reason, none, I literally mean zero reason to keep in Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. Get them ready for tomorrow. Please. That's how ugly it is. What a disaster. Yep. I know. Just what an embarrassment. And again, I'm not surprised that it's come to this. I figured that they were going to get blown out. I wanted to see effort. I saw effort in the first quarter. And then the game changed when Nick Nurse takes out Campaign. And the players now just don't have enough. But take Maxey out of the game. Please, take him out. Take Maxey and Edgecombe out. No VJ Max tonight. VJ Max is closed. That's it. We don't need refs like that. I know we don't talk about it too much, but there's way too many bad calls from them against the Sixers in this game, says Joe. I honestly, I can't even go there. I mean, am I happy with some of these calls? No. I'm more angry about just the ineptitude, if that's the right word, of play from the guy at the head of the helm. Victor Wembanyama has the fourth most blocks in NBA history in the player's first 163 career games. I didn't know that. Just shows how far away the 76ers are for competing for a championship. They let Joel Embiid down. They let him down this year. They did. Maxey's still out there. Now Jabari Walker plays. 22 points for Devin Vassell, and a pass that goes to De'Aaron Fox. Fox, left-handed layup inside, got it. 98 points. They're going to get 100 points. Literally halfway done this third quarter. What a joke. Walker hands it off to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey takes it towards the right side of the elbow. Edwards back over to Maxey on another dribble handoff. Maxey's layup inside past Wembanyama. That was actually impressive. He got it up and in. Wemby, I actually think, got a piece of it, and it still went in. 6:35 left to go in this third quarter. I want Kyle Lowry out there. Take him out. Wemby at the top of the left wing at the three-point line. Looks to take it towards the baseline. He flopped, and Maxey comes away with the steal. It's Maxey back outside, handing it off, and there's a three-pointer for Philadelphia, and that one won't go. Tyrese Martin is in the game for the first time. Again, VJ Edgecombe's over on the bench. Trendon Watford is still out there. Walker and Edwards and Martin are in the lineup for the 76ers. There's an alley-oop pass that goes to Wembanyama, and he's fouled with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Just not organized, not in sync, none. So Wemby has 562 career blocks, 624 from Mark Eaton. David Robinson had 630. And it was the most amongst players in their first 163 games. I missed it. Somebody had over 700. Fox with the 3 at the top of the perimeter. In and out it goes, and Campaign gets it for Philadelphia again. Jamal's here. What's up, Jamal? How you doing, my friend? I really hope the Sixers do not make the playoffs, he says, because we all know the Sixers are going home in the first round. Wouldn't surprise me if they get swept. This team is just pathetic, says Jamal. Jamal, thanks so much for being here. It's a disaster. It's a catastrophe. They're masters of a blasphemy led by Nurse with a cat in his lap so dastardly. He looks so checked out, guys. He does. He looks like that he just doesn't want to be there. That's exactly what it looks like. 100-59. Edwards tried to hit a layup, and that was rejected. The Spurs do an excellent job getting back on defense. A 24-6 start to this third quarter. It was Dylan Harper taking it right towards the lane. And so it's 102-59. What's the deficit now? It's a 43-point deficit. A 43-point deficit. Maxey is now out of the game. Payne at the foul line looks to cross over, takes a deep 3, and that was blocked again. Walker got it, though, and Jabari Walker is fouled. I can't understand why it took them this long to put in Jabari Walker. Michael's here. What's up, Michael? Yeah. Wembanyama just blocked Campaign. Edgecombe. They were showing Edgecombe walking back. When the Sixers were in halftime, they were all walking back to the locker room. I was wondering if he was hobbling or anything. No, he was not. Tankathon 2.0, says Michael. Dude, I hope not. Dalen Terry is going to get his first crack at it tonight. 102-60. And again, we're only in the third quarter. We're so far away from a championship. You need the most powerful telescope ever created to even have a glimpse. Okay. I don't want to get too far off track here. Because let's also remember Joel Embiid and Paul George do make a difference. They do. The only way, though, that the 76ers go deep into the playoffs is if Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and Paul George can combine to score 80 points at the very least per game. I would actually say 90. All 4 of them combined have to put up 90 of their points. That's how you survive. Tyrese Martin gives it back over to Jabari Walker again. Another dribble handoff that goes to Justin Edwards, and his 2 is no good. So ever since Justin Edwards hit those 2 threes, I knew that I was going to get jinxed. I just knew it. But maybe he's going to play in the fourth quarter, so maybe he will get us 10 points. I might, again, it's a different type of a game. 106-61. It's a 45-point lead for the Spurs, and now make it 47. 47-point lead. Dylan Harper starting to get his groove. 20 points for him. Lindy Waters III is out there. You also got Bryant and Cornette. Here's Walker with a near corner 3, and that's a bullseye. That'll make it 108-64. But yeah, I don't want us to forget that they're still missing Joel Embiid and Paul George. And when they do have the both of those guys, they're way better than this. They just are. Payne chucks up another one, and that's no good. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. I remember when they got blown out by the Knicks. We didn't stream that one. I remember when they were blown out by the Blazers. We didn't stream that one either. This one, though, is just one that you just put away. Edwards looking to pass it back over to Dalen Terry, and the reverse layup couldn't even hit it. Mistimed it again. Harper got it. They have numbers. Waters leaves Bryant open for a three on the far corner. And that'll make it, again, a 47-point deficit for the 76ers. That's now 79 points allowed by Philadelphia in the last two quarters. 79. They misfire another three. Keldon Johnson takes it towards the lane, and the Sixers come away with yet another steal. They've been getting a lot of these turnovers, but San Antonio's just making a lot of shots. What are they shooting from the field? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. 1:11 to go in this third quarter. And we have another timeout taken. They're shooting 48% from three, 64% from the field. They are 42 for 66 shooting-wise in this game. They're out rebounding the Sixers 43-27. Their largest lead is 47 points. Unreal. All right, I'm going to take a quick step off. All right, don't go anywhere. We will be right back in just a little bit. Oh, boy. Well, the Philadelphia 76ers, yep, you see that correctly. They are losing by 47 points to the San Antonio Spurs. Now, there is no Joel Embiid, and there is no Paul George, and there is also no Kelly Oubre. Spurs also missing Harrison Barnes. I just realized that, too. But, yes, what a blowout this is. 1 minute and 11 seconds to go in this third quarter. Spurs lineup right now that they have Waters, they got Johnson, Bryant, Cornette, and Harper. I think that's going to be it for all the starters on each team. I do. Tyrese Martin is still out there for the 76ers. Got Tyrese Martin, and then I believe that they still got Tyrese Proctor. I would really like to see Proctor play. There's a three-point shot, no good. And the Spurs are able to get another rebound out of it. Johnson looking to lay it up and in. He's fouled. And that'll stop the clock again. So, here's something that I do want to ask you. Okay, I was thinking about this during the break. I was thinking about this. Okay. Are you... When you look at Nick Nurse, okay, is it that Nick Nurse is mentally checked out? Do you think that Nick Nurse is just mentally checked out, or do you think that Nick Nurse has just lost it? What do you actually think? Do you think that Nick Nurse has actually lost his mind, or do you think that he just has given up on this team? I don't know. The bottom line is that he's not doing well, but what do you guys think, chat? Has Nick Nurse quit on the 76ers? That's my question. Has he quit on the 76ers? And I'd like to hear your thoughts about that. The campaign just hit a Spurs player in the head. So they're going to review this to see if this is a flagrant foul. Walker and Payne should have started the second half for sure, says Joe. I disagree. I think that you go out there with Tyrese Maxey and you go out there with VJ Edgecombe. But then, as soon as it becomes like a 15-3 run, then you take them out. Maybe, though, you do put in Payne just for offense, just to try to... Oh, Walker. I'm sorry. I was thinking you were saying Payne and Grimes. I don't... again, maybe I'm just losing it right now. But yeah, I would have put in Walker. Definitely, for height. 38 seconds left to go in this third quarter. The layup is no good. Walker tried to get the rebound, and the Spurs are just going to try to tug it out. Kelton Johnson had it, and he got fouled. Just look at the mental makeup of the San Antonio Spurs, too. You see how they've built their roster. Athletic wings, athletic guards. And they have a coach, by the way, who's done a really good job. Yes. He's done a great job with his team. The way that he's managed Victor Wembanyama, the way that he has gotten his shooters open. I mean, like, they have great talent. He also is just really good at drawing up plays. And again, you see it left and right. Mitch Johnson has just been putting on a clinic against Nick Nurse tonight. Payne will pass it over to Grimes again towards the right side of the wing. The ball was thrown over to Payne. Looked like it was supposed to go to Jabari Walker. Payne's three goes in and out. 8 seconds left here in the third quarter. 113-64 San Antonio. There's a three that's blocked by Tyrese Martin. And here's a three-quarters court shot by Quentin Grimes, and that'll do it. We're going to go into the fourth quarter. It's 113-64. At this rate, the Spurs might just go for 140 points. Sixers are getting annihilated by San Antonio. You're load managing Embiid for what? And when he can't stay healthy, and even if we get to the playoffs, Embiid can't play a 7-game series, I do think that the season is over, says JPC. But now he's dealing with a ribcage problem. We saw him grab onto it when he played against the Miami Heat. So now that's been bothering him. So I don't want to say that he's load managing this time. Because it looked like he actually got hurt. But I did say for many times, you got to get chemistry with this team. I know that Joel Embiid can't stay healthy, but if they don't get chemistry, if they don't build this thing the right way, if they don't get reps with Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Paul George, and Joel Embiid, and when they were actually playing together, it looked like that they were hitting their stride. And then Paul George gets the suspension, and that changes everything. You just figured that something was going to go wrong, and it did. There is no such thing as improvising and putting it all together and doing it only like 13 times and making it work. Health and availability matter. We saw James Harden and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving try to put it together. And they only played a certain amount of games. They could not even make it to the conference finals. You can't just put a big three together on paper and expect it to work out. It's not how it goes. It's how it goes, man. You guys deserve an Oscar, though, for being here. You do. The fact that you've put up with this, look at how many fans are still at this game. It's going to the fourth quarter, and the Sixers are getting blown out by 49. Everybody that's at this game deserves free tickets for the rest of the season. They really do. It's just a joke, man. Really. It's terrible. Spurs and Sixers in the fourth quarter. Grimes, Walker, Terry, Payne, and Martin. That was a nice pass by Tyrese Martin over to Jabari Walker. And he made the layup inside. That was a good find. That'll make it 113-66. There was a lot of talk about Dylan Harper when he was drafted by the Spurs. Some people thought that he should go to the Sixers and that he'd be a really good fit for them. Sixers come away with a rebound. Dalen Terry looking to try to head down the lane. The layup is no good. Walker on the follow-through. That's up, and that's in. So when Jabari Walker is active out there and he's getting minutes, he's making plays. It's just unbelievable. You can't make this up, chat. You can't make this up. This game is bad, says Shante. Oh, it's a great game. What are you talking about? 115-68. Only getting blown out by 47 points. Hey, chat, guess what? 14 threes and they're back in this. Did I get canceled if I said this on the radio? I for some reason always think about that. Sometimes now. But I know that I can get away with saying this. Foul shot number 1. Way too strong. 150-85 is your final score prediction, no Gluffy. 150-85. I think you're actually... I think you'll hit the nail on the head with that. I do. I think that you'll hit the nail on the head at this point. Johnson is there at the foul line. He lost it, and it'll go on out of bounds again. What else is going on around the NBA at this moment in time? Anything else that's interesting? Tyson and Harden beat the Pistons 113-109 without Donovan Mitchell. That's what a competitive game looks like. The Thunder are up 110-94. I can't wait to see how many points Jared McKean has in that game. He has 20. Jared McKean has 20 points in 23 minutes. Oh my gosh. You can't even make this up. That's now his third 20-point game that he has had as an Oklahoma City Thunder member. And this guy is not even playing like 30-plus minutes. Are you kidding me? $20 points in 23 minutes for Jared McKean. Gosh. Jalen Williams with an I off the bench has 16 rebounds for them. Like, it's just insane how much depth that they have. They fleeced the 76ers on that deal. 115-69 with 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. Jared has 20 points. Jared almost has half the third of the Sixers points. He has a third of their points. It's terrible. Ugh. That's awful. Ugh. 9 minutes left in this fourth quarter, bro. He has a third of their points. That is crazy when you think about it like that. Walker just slammed it on home again, and that'll make it 115-71. McLaughlin goes down the lane. Can't even hit the layup. And the Sixers come away with it on the other side. Martin for three for the Sixers. That's no good either. Feels like that they have not hit a three in a while. It's been a little bit of time. McLaughlin with another tray. And Walker will catch his miss again. Good news is that Jabari is still balling. Here's a two that's good. Sixers are on a 9-2 run. They've cut it 115-73. Literally have cut it to a 42-point deficit. Olynyk for three for San Antonio. No. And we have another foul called. Next game that the Sixers will play will be tomorrow night. They play against the Utah Jazz. Lauri Markkanen and the Jazz will come on into town to the Xfinity Mobile Arena. All right, just make it a 30-point game. Here's Martin with a dribble handoff to Trendon Watford. Takes it right down the lane. The floater inside. Good. There we go. It's an 11-2 run by the 76ers. 7.5 minutes left to go. Spurs have it. Take it towards the baseline. McLaughlin on the right wing looking to bounce pass it to Bismack Biyombo, and that's intercepted by Terry. 7:25 left to be played, and Terry gets it knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Spurs. Sixers have already tied their point total from the third quarter. They had 11 in the third and already have 11 here in the fourth. And we have a timeout taken. Are the Spurs going to challenge this? Spurs still have 5 timeouts left. Ugh. Get ready for this crash out. It's going to be an all-timer. You're going to get an all-time crash out from me tonight. Once post-game show comes, gloves are off. It's going to be beautiful. Guys, again, I really appreciate you all, again, for staying on here. Whether it's for me or even if it's just for the team, or just because you have nothing better to do. I really, and I mean really, just appreciate your love and support. For those of you that are here, like, literally the team's getting blown out by 40 points, and yet you're still here. You're still here. Like, unreal. Unbelievable. Dyson had a sub, or gave me a sub 7 hours ago. I appreciate that, man. I don't think he's here, but gosh. I mean, like, what else is there even to say? What else is there even to say right now? $7:23 left to go in this fourth quarter. What's new on these Max Crosby trade rumors, chat? Is he actually gonna leave? Is he actually gonna go somewhere else? Who are the Raiders gonna send him to? Is there a chance that we get him? You think that Max Crosby could be an Eagle? That'd be kind of nice. That would be. Payne at the top of the perimeter again for Philadelphia. Just got the inbound pass. Looks to drive it over to the baseline. Walker with a catch and shoot three. Jabari Walker, 11 points. He is 4 for 6 from the field. Make it now 14. I think that he has scored almost every single point in this fourth quarter for the Sixers, and yet they didn't play him in the first 3 quarters. Walker just came up with another rebound, 115-78. Walker at the top of the key, another 3 by Jabari Walker, and he couldn't even hit it that time. Could not hit it that time. Here's another 3 for San Antonio. No, and guess who's there for the rebound? Jabari Walker again. Dalen Terry takes it towards the right elbow. Terry back to Walker, and he'll take it right back to the nail. It's Campaign with yet another 3. No good. Walker nearly got a rebound, and it was last taken by the San Antonio Spurs. Gosh. They got the board there. Let's have a serious discussion. Should we bring back Grimes next year? Is the question. I don't think so, says O'Gluffy. This is a serious discussion. Should the Sixers bring back Quentin Grimes next year? You're stuck. You have to. You got rid of Jared McCain. Who else is out there? Let me know. Like, who actually is in the free agency market at the guard position next year that you think would be an upgrade over Quentin Grimes? Because I really don't know. But I think that you're stuck. And you bring him back by default. Just because of that. 118-78. 40-point lead for the San Antonio Spurs. There's a drive over to the nail and a kick out for yet another 3. And that's off the mark again. Walker with 14, Watford with 8, Terry with 1, Edwards still with 6. My man makes 2 threes in a row, and then he just disappears again. Crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know who else is out there. I have no clue. Edwards on the right elbow gets the ball not loose. It's stolen back by Olynyk. Olynyk looking to pass it, and there's the dunk. That'll make it 120-78 San Antonio. They're not paying another star big money. Quentin Grimes is not a star. He's not making a lot of money, though. But who else at the guard would you get that's better than Quentin Grimes? There's a 3. That's good by Terry. 120-81. Dude, I've never wanted a post-game show to hurry up as much as I do with this one. Just want to get this ran over with. Again, tomorrow we got World Baseball Classic. So once the Sixers game is done, we're heading right on into WBC. Right on into it. We got a triple header tomorrow. Edwards on the left wing at the three-point line. Dribbles it with one hand. And takes a 3. And that's off. Sixers have 1 timeout left. Biyombo? Is that Bismack Biyombo going out there for the first time today? It is. And he just went flying right over to the cup. And it'll go to the line for an and one opportunity. Got slapped on by Justin Edwards. 122-81 is the score. I think everybody left. Gosh. 123-81. With 4:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. Watford with a drive, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. And that stops the clock with 4:12 to go. Let's see. Fans really said the Sixers are better without Embiid, says Aiden Laporta. On NBC, they got Bob Costas, Doug Collins, and the Cesar to watch this Sixers travesty, says Kyle Newbeck. Crazy. Here's a catch-and-shoot 3 for the Spurs, and that'll make it 126-82. It's a 44-point deficit for Philadelphia with 3:40 left in the fourth quarter. Edwards gets a bounce pass downhill. Look to give it back to Terry at the top of the key. Terry wants to dance, and Terry gets it blocked by the Spurs, and it's going to be San Antonio basketball as it goes on out of bounds. McCain tonight for the Oklahoma City Thunder, 20 points. 4 for 9 from 3. 8 for 15 from the field. Second most points on the Thunder over his last 10 games. A pass towards the outside. And another 3-point shot by Terry. That one won't go. hits off the right side, and the ball will go on out of bounds. 3:03 left to be played in the fourth quarter. And now fans are filing out of the stadium. Dude, they deserve free tickets after this. They really do. 2:59 to go. We're going to take another step off, all right? As a timeout is taken. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Next time that the Sixers play against the San Antonio Spurs, it'll be on Monday, April 6th. That'll be an 8 o'clock game out in San Antonio. Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe maybe played 6 minutes in the third quarter, and they have been out ever since then because the Sixers have been getting blown out in this game. The Spurs put up a total of 81 points in quarters 2 and 3 combined, and the Sixers were outscored 81-39 in those quarters. So there's Wembanyama over on the bench. 126-82. Philadelphia down by 44 points. We're definitely going to run after this. Guys, if you want to call in into the show and express your frustration, now's the time. Well, not right now. But when we do our postgame show, 610-314-0844, if you do want to come on in and if you want to call into the show, that is the phone number. Because I need to hear your opinions. Your frustrations are so valid tonight. Here's a drive on a hezzy for San Antonio. No good. And that's the first shot clock violation in this game. The first one. I'm hanging for the comeback, says Brian. You're a good man, dude. You are. Walker just drove it inside. He got the layup to go. And there will be an and-one opportunity for him. Bismack Biyombo is the one who fouled Jabari Walker. So it's a 126-84 game. The group chat is currently shuffling through about 7 games this season, trying to decide which loss was the worst one for the Sixers. Don't know if that's a good thing to be talking about, says Luke Arcady. Just like that. If I'm at this game, I'm booing from tonight's game. 1:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. Spurs up by 41 points. Biyombo looks to hand it off, and he does. Getting it back is McLaughlin, and his three-point shot too strong. Edwards gets the rebound. Tyrese Martin again. I don't think he's scored anything. He has 2 points. He's 1 for 4 from the field. Walker looks to initiate the contact. He does. And he'll head to the line to try to get 20 points. He has 19. He's 7 for 10 from the field ever since he's come on in for the second half of this game. 6 rebounds. And he'll head to the line for 1 more. Ugh, what a joke. If I'm Maxey, I'm asking to get out of this mess, says old man Ferguson. I would not be surprised if he does. McLaughlin with another tray. And so the lead is now back up to 41. Is it a 31 lead? 129. No, it is a 41-point lead. Damn. 131 to 88. 53 seconds to go. Biyombo with a left-handed floater. And there's another one for the San Antonio Spurs. Dude. Imagine what Nick Nurse is going to say. Watford at the top of the key. Edwards gives it back to Watford, and his three-point shot hits off the front iron. Edwards with a 3, and he knocks that one down. So, hey, he gets 9 points. I was just 1 point off. Just 1 point off. Darn it. 131 to 91. 15 seconds left to go. And that is going to do it. That is going to do it. The San Antonio Spurs come on into Philadelphia and just absolutely manhandle the Philadelphia 76ers. And they did it, really, in 2.5 quarters. They did it in 2.5 quarters. And the Sixers lose by 40. And so the game is over. 131 to 91 is the final score. And not a lot of smiles at all from Sixers fans and even from the players. You can even see it in the look on their face. They're not happy. And with that, we're going to have a post-game show in 2 to 3 minutes. But if you don't want to stay on, I understand. I completely get it. This was a nightmare of a performance by the 76ers. You figured that it was going to be a blowout. It doesn't really come as a surprise. But there's just some things that you just can't necessarily let go of. And you have a right to feel upset, frustrated, and aggravated with this basketball team. Because this was a disgrace. This was a joke. This was a flat-out embarrassment. They got absolutely pants tonight. It looked like that a G League team was out there for the 76ers. And this just goes to literally show how bad of an organization they are right now. I'm not overreacting. They're not a good organization right now. A lot more to break down and a lot more to get on into. More energy probably is going to come on out of me. More passion. More anger. More fury. But we'll be back in 3 minutes. And you'll get to see everything. Can't wait. I'm really excited. And you should be too. Call on in. 610-314-0844. This is awesome. Be right back.
Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I missed putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here. with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Oh, what a night for the Philadelphia 76ers. Oh, what a night it was. The Sixers got blown out by 40 points to the San Antonio Spurs. It felt like that they got blown out by 65 when it was in the second quarter. As things were close in the first quarter, 32-25 was the score. You saw a lot of hustle plays by the Sixers. And all you asked in this game was for them to just keep it close. You knew that the San Antonio Spurs were just the better team on paper. The Spurs just had more talent than you. They had a better coach. And you just didn't want to go out there and get killed. That was the goal, in my opinion, for tonight's game from a realistic perspective. Okay? And here is where I want to begin with my little rant here that I just need to get off my chest. While this is also not a surprise, I have to say that if you aren't upset about this, you're letting them off the hook. You're part of the problem too. You are. And here's why. Just because you knew that they were, just because you could say, oh, I told you that they were going to get blown out tonight. That's you basically just saying that you don't want to see any fight. You accept nothing less than the worst. And that's not me. I knew that they were not going to win this game. I think a lot of people knew that they were not going to win this game. But if you didn't ask them to give you a chance, if you didn't do that, and if you just said that the game that oh well, like, on to the next one, I think that you're part of the issue too. I do. And you know, I couldn't help but think about this as well. Josh Harris is just such a disgrace. Your star player, your prized possession, hasn't spoken out against you in the 11 years that he's been with the team. And this and before the deadline happened, he said specifically, do not duck the luxury tax. I need help. I want to go out there to compete for a championship. Don't duck the tax. That was such a slap in the face to Joel Embiid. And it was just absolutely disrespectful. And you know, he should feel embarrassed when he comes on into Philly because he let this happen. Nick Nurse has been here for this long. The problems have existed forever. They had issues with their depth. Jared McCain puts up another 20-point performance tonight for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and VJ Edgecombe gets hurt. He gets hurt at the end of the first half. And the talk was Daryl Morey said that they have way too many guards. Well, they got Campaign. If you had too many guards, why did you have to pick up Campaign after you traded away Jared McCain? If you had too many guards, why couldn't you figure out a way to help make this team better and maybe try to go after somebody else that can impact your team now? I don't care if you were quote-unquote close to getting Giannis Antetokounmpo. I said this the other night. The bottom line is, did you get him or not? You didn't. You didn't say what you were going to do. You didn't execute. You failed. If that was the intention. I can't even talk about the game. This is beyond the game tonight. One organization has a winning culture, drafted the right players, put the right team around Victor Wembanyama, who, by the way, only had 10 points, and he did it in 2.5 quarters. The other organization is just lost. And all they do is rely on hero ball on a guy who is a 7 feet 2 inch tall center who can't stay healthy and has had bad injuries during his career, and they just don't give him the proper support that they need to do so. Tyrese Maxey can only do so much. VJ Edgecombe can only do so much. There's no other supporting cast members that can help contribute to this team right now. And again, Nick Nurse just can't. He's lost the locker room. It is bad. We knew this for a while. We knew how bad the third quarters were. We saw the way that he was misusing Jared McCain. We saw the lack of depth because of this head coach just running all these guys into the ground. And then we see Daryl Morey and Josh Harris continue to just let this stuff happen. The medical staff is still here. The medical staff is still lying to everybody. Systemic changes need to happen. They've been needing to happen for a while. And tonight was just absolutely blatant that it needed to be that way. They lost this game, technically speaking, after the 11-0 run that San Antonio went on in the second quarter. They could never recover from that. Eric Spoelstra would have found another way to get the best out of his players. Nick Nurse just can't do that. It's so amazing to me how we look at him from year one. And I wanted Nick Nurse. Thought that he was the right candidate. That has not aged well. The first year, the play calling was so good. It was new. It was fresh. And now it's at the point where guys aren't even sticking up for him. You don't really hear about players saying, you know what, I love Nick Nurse. He's the best coach that I've ever played for. I don't hear that. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I see a guy who's just standing with his clipboard, yelling at the referees half the time on the sideline, not getting his team lined up in huddles, and the message is just not clear. I see them come out flat every single game in the third quarter, and they can't make any adjustments. How? How does this continue to happen every single game? If you get blown out in the third quarter in the playoffs every single game, you're going to lose. End of story. There's no adjustments. There's nothing that this guy does to help this team. And I also don't want to excuse the players either, because I don't want to let them off the hook as well. Because I thought that even they didn't look engaged in that third quarter. I was actually really mad at Tyrese Maxey tonight, too, for the first time in a while. I was upset because it felt like to me that he just didn't have that edge. He looked like he was lost out there too. He looked like that he waved that white flag. I hate to be that guy because I've been so supportive of Tyrese Maxey, but tonight he just didn't look like that he looked tired. I couldn't really recognize him because the guy that I'm used to watching is running up and down the court. He's playing with a lot of energy, with a lot of swag, with a lot of burst. Tonight, I really didn't see that. And I love the guy. The guy I know does give it his all. But it just did not look like it tonight. It didn't look like that he was out there with, going on a mission, that type of a thing. The one thing that he has to learn is that if he is going to be the number one option, he's going to have to take on that responsibility too. He is. But tonight was the first time this year that I was actually upset with Tyrese, and that's a compliment. I was not happy with Tyrese tonight. That wasn't my number one takeaway, but that just sort of adds more fuel to it. I feel like they're in a timeout. And, like the disappointed father, is yelling at the kid, and the kid just can't say anything. I'm very disappointed in this organization. That was my takeaway tonight. What a disgrace. And I shouldn't even feel this way. No. Part of me should, because you should be upset. Can't let them off the hook by not exaggerating the lack of effort. There's a difference between going out there and giving it your all and just not having enough talent, and that's why you lose. If they would have lost by 20 points, they would have lost by 15, and they, kept themselves within striking distance, or not even in striking distance, but they were keeping it not like a big lead for San Antonio, I would have been okay. I would have said, all right, we knew that they didn't have enough tonight, but clearly they tried. In that second quarter, And in the third quarter, I'm just watching guys running up and down the court. They didn't look like that they wanted to be there. They were like, can Utah come already? That's what it looked like. Just a disgrace. If you're a fan and you went to that game, I'm telling you, you deserve to get tickets for the rest of the season. Because you got robbed. First of all, if you got the tickets months and months in advance, you didn't get to see Joel Embiid. You didn't get to see Paul George. You didn't get what you paid for. You got scammed. And I feel terrible for you if you were at that game. I feel bad for the people that got to watch that. You should get your your 3 hours and 7 minutes back. So before I turn it on over to you guys, I can't even focus on tomorrow right now. But the question that I have, is one word that you feel after you watched that 2 hour and 45-minute nightmare of a performance. I feel confused. I feel baffled. Aggravated. Maybe disgruntled. Embarrassed. I feel all those things. I have this weird little butterfly in my stomach after this loss. And it's like one of those bad ones where you're like, I want to vomit. I want to throw up. That type of a thing. It's just an uneasy feeling. And that's what's going on. That's what I'm dealing with right now. When I even just think about this team. (610) 314-0844 is how you call on into the show. I'm looking at the box score right now. I'm going to read you this box score. San Antonio made 49 field goals. Sixers made 33. San Antonio shot 55% from the field. The Sixers shot 35%. San Antonio shot 40% from three. Sixers shot 24%. San Antonio had 56 rebounds. The Sixers had 40. Spurs had 36 assists. Sixers had 20. 10 blocks. 5 blocks. 10 steals. 8 steals. $60 points in the paint to 46. Every single category except for flagrant fouls and technical fouls, San Antonio won. And it was not even close. They shot the ball better from the free throw line than you did. You went to the line 19 times. They went 18 times, and they were 15 for 18. You were even 15 for 19. So they beat you in every single statistic. How are you supposed to feel about that? How does that make you feel? What does that tell you? Victor Wembanyama was a plus 41. Devin Vassell was a plus 43. Carter Bryant off the bench, plus 22. Stephon Castle, plus 39. And here's what I see from our starting five. Dominic Barlow, minus 38. Quentin Grimes, minus 34. Tyrese Maxey, minus 36. VJ Edgecombe, minus 25. And Andre Drummond, minus 14. Only played 5 minutes and got you 2 points. 3 fouls, 2 points in 5 minutes. What a joke. What an embarrassment. What an indictment to these loyal fans, to these people that invest their top dollar or just pay for their time to constantly watch you, to buy your merchandise, to support your organization. It's terrible and beyond disgusting. Take some phone calls and some messages as well. Calling into the show. Let me know how you guys feel. Everything is on the table for me tonight. Your frustrations are valid. The way that you feel, you're not alone. It doesn't add up to me. Josh Harris can't even come to Philly right now. Shouldn't even show up to Philly because he's getting booed. Read some messages. Gosh, man. That was tough. Allie, thanks so much for being on here. Trading McKean for a bag of donuts was an awful move. That's not even the worst. That was just the cherry on top. If they even kept McKean, I'm mad. Because they didn't get better. They got rid of McKean. And you know what? Those 3 draft picks. Could Morey take something? Could Morey strike lightning out of a bottle with those 3 draft picks? He could. However, why not wait to trade him during the offseason? Why did you have to get rid of him now? If it was to deduct the luxury tax, that is BS. That makes that is ridiculous. If you were gonna get Giannis and it ended up not happening, it's still on you. It's still your fault. You didn't make it happen. The bottom line is that the team got worse. And when your big player, your franchise player, asked for a favor, you turned his back on him. Why would he want to come back after that? Why would either of them want to come back after that? Tyrese or Joel? It's terrible. We'll read some tweets. Maybe that'll make us feel better. Let's see if Nick Nurse give us any quotes. This game made me tired. I almost, just kidding when I say this, it made me want to go to sleep. Nick Nurse had no update on the status of VJ Edgecombe. And again, this is also what happens when you trade away Jared McKean too. Because again, you're stacking up more minutes for VJ and for Tyrese. Now you want them to get even more minutes. And you don't have Jared McKean, and now your depth is worse. Sixers front office / coaching is a joke and has been since Hinkie. Morey is trash and Nick Nurse is a moron, says somebody on Twitter. The Nick Nurse special, says Miggy wants Shea to win MVP. Weird lineups are greater than playing the youngsters. You know, the weird part is that Kyle Lowry, again, did not even sniff the floor tonight. When they were getting blown out, he didn't play any minutes in tonight's game. Isn't that odd? Isn't that strange? A guy taking up a roster spot that actually survived and wasn't even traded for. Like, Jared McKean gets traded, and yet this guy is still on the team. And he doesn't play even in garbage time. If you wanted to duck the tax, why couldn't you just get rid of Kyle Lowry? If every dollar matters, why is he still on the team? Gosh. This was just pain. This was pain tonight, man. They got me. I don't even have any more in me. I'm broken. They broke me tonight. Another one tomorrow. Don't even know if VJ's going to play. I don't even know what else to say at this point. Hopefully that they get a win tomorrow. And at least go 1 for 2. But that one was something. That one was something. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up. All right. The one thing that I will always be appreciative of until the end of time is the amount of time that we get to spend together, whether it's during good times or even bad times. And chat. Sometimes I wonder how I can get you guys more involved with talking. Sometimes I don't feel like I do a good enough job with it. But from the bottom of my heart, especially on a game like today, thank you for sticking this one out. Your support goes a long, long ways, man. All right. Love you all. Lila Tove. Have a great rest of your night. Tomorrow we got a triple header. We got the Phillies in spring training. We got a basketball team that plays in Philly at 7:30. And then we got the World Baseball Classic at 10 o'clock. Good night, Lila Tove, and I will catch you all on the next one. Love you guys very, very much. All right. Take it easy. Good night.